So greetings, welcome to the course on Operations Research Technique. In earlier lecture, we have seen how to construct the network, how to number the events as per Fulkerson's rule. If you recall, we have identified various paths of the network, and in that we have taken the time considerations, considering all activities, and in that one particular problem we have reached event number 7. Recall that problem, event number 7 with 2 times 37 and 27 days, and we have concluded that event number 7 will be assumed completed only after 37 days. So though you reach to event number 7 by other path, you have to wait till the remaining path covers its activity and reach to the event under consideration. And then we have seen definition of slack. We have also considered what do you mean by critical path. Now, slack in simple term, slack for any event is, let me explain here, slack for any event is slack for event is, how I can write, SI as equal to difference of TL of I minus TE of I. If you recall again that our notation of event, here it was TE we have written, in this corner we have written TL, here we have written slack, and here we have written event number. So students, suppose this is ith event, so what we have written in earlier lecture, this is TL of I, this will be T of I. So difference of these two values, this is this value and this is this value. Difference of two values of the given event will be written over here. So this value will be this value. Simple calculation. This is one aspect, very important aspect, which is slack for the event. Now another is critical path. Another is critical path. So students, critical path is the path of longest duration. What is that? It is path of longest duration on any network. It is a path of longest duration and important. What is important? Value of slack is equal to 0 on critical path. Two important things we will be remembering. We will calculate slack. After calculating slack, we will be finding critical path. As stated, critical path is the path of longest time duration, and on that path value of slack will be 0. So this value, this position value on the network will be 0 for critical path. Got it? So let's move ahead with this. So this is, we have seen in our previous slide. Now PERT calculation. we know that in PERT the times will be given as time for activity will be given as TO, TM and TP. Usually this is the sequence. Time for activity will be given in this fashion. What we have to do is we have to estimate activity time which is referred as TEIJ as TO plus 4 times TM plus TP by 6. So we have to estimate in PERT calculation time for each and every activity in this fashion. Suppose the time given is like this: TO, TM, TP for any activity A. Suppose it is given 5, 7, 9. So if you put this activity time in this formula and if you calculate TEIJ by this logic, that is 5 plus 4 times 7 plus 9 divided by 6, you will get TEIJ as 7. If it is given like 1, 1, 7. Second example, suppose we take TO is 1, TM is 1, TP is 7. It may be for any activity, it may happen like that. So now TO is 1, 4 times TM is 4, so 1 plus 4, 5, and this is 7. 1 plus 4, 5 plus 7, 12. 12 by 6, 2. So here the value of TEIJ is 7. Here value of TEIJ is 2. Suppose, again one example, if it is given like this: TO 1, TM 2, TP 3. Again I have to calculate TEIJ by the logic. So 1, 4 times TM, 4 times 2, 9, 8, 8 plus 1, 9, 9 plus 3, 12. 12 by 6, it will yield 2. So again TEIJ is 2. Now in exam, what the paper setter can do to twist the problem, he may change the sequence of this time. Instead of putting this TM in between, where we are supposed to multiply TM by 4, he may play some trick by putting TM either first or in last column. And as a student in hurry, what we do, we neglecting what is the value in that particular column, what is the variable in that particular column. If we blindly multiply middle column value by 4, then our value of TEIJ will be wrong, and if TEIJ is wrong, entire calculation of the entire project will be wrong. So keep this thing in mind whenever you solve PERT problem for analysis purpose. See that where is the position of Tm. Only multiply, I am underline this my statement, only multiply Tm by 4. And for that, be attentive where is the position of Tm column or Tm row. It may be given in column wise, may be given row wise. So do not be blind while solving the problem. So this is one calculation. So in PERT, what you have to do is, first you have to find TEIJ. Once we find TEIJ, then this is the method I have explained how to find TEIJ. Now once we find TEIJ, we will find values by forward pass, that is TE of J is equal to maximum of TE of I plus TE of Ij. That formula will be using. Now remember, this TEIJ which we have calculated will be applicable here, and then you have to use backward pass. In backward pass, what you will be calculating is TL of I is equal to minimum of TL of J minus TEIJ. Again this TEIJ is same which we have used calculated over here. So first step in PERT calculation, activity time. Second is this one. Once we do this, we will go for finding the value of slack. So third step can be slack, and then we will go for finding critical path. Now once we find this, then it may be that we find first TEIJ, then we find TEJ, then we find TLI, then we find slack, then we find critical path. This is the flow. And once we find critical path, we have to find expected project duration. We have to find expected project duration, and then we have to find in PERT probability. We have to find probability of completing the project. Now for that, what we will be using is the relation Z is equal to I am writing S and D is equal to standard normal deviate is equal to TS minus TE upon sigma critical path. Very important point we are discussing, students. Now this Z is standard normal weight, where this TS is, S stands for scheduled completion time. TE is expected project duration. Sigma critical path, sigma CP is equal to sum of, we have to remember all this formula, sum of under root of summation of variance of critical activity. We will be following all this methodology when we solve actual problem. So important calculation, SND Z, and from this Z we will be finding the value of probability from normal distribution table that I will show you. So Z is equal to SND. This formula will calculate Z from Z by using normal distribution table. We will be finding the value of probability. Now important is sigma critical path is sum of variance of critical activity. So how to find this variance? Suppose we are having activity A. For activity A, suppose TO, TP, not TP, we will put that in order only. TO, TM and TP are given, and suppose it is 1, 2, 3 value. So first we will calculate sigma, that is standard deviation, and then variance, that is sigma square. So here this sigma is calculated as TP minus TO by 6. Keep that in mind. And variance is TP minus TO by 6 whole square of standard deviation, and we will add it for the values of critical path. So once we know this logic required, let's move ahead. Now see, this is the problem, PERT problem. What we were interested, first we will look the problem. contents and then we'll proceed how to move ahead. The time estimates in weeks is very important. Time is given in weeks. Time estimate in weeks for activities of a PERT network. Now it is very clear, it is mentioned in the problem that network is PERT network, are given below. So this table activity TO, TM, TP is given over here. What is asked? Draw project network. First is we have to draw the project network. Second, we have to identify all the paths of this project. We have to identify all the paths once we draw this particular network. Determine expected project duration and what is the probability. Just in previous slide I have mentioned that in PERT problem we are supposed to find the values of probability. Then probability of these conditions are asked, that is at least 4 weeks earlier than expected time. This expected time will be the project time. At least 4 weeks earlier than means whatever, suppose you are getting expected time as x weeks, so 4 weeks earlier means x minus 4 earlier. Second, no more than 4 weeks later than. Terminology is very important. No more than means suppose your earlier time is expected time is x weeks, so what will be no more than 4 weeks? It is 4 weeks ahead of x, x plus 4. Within expected time means within the time period for which you have calculated your expected duration as x. And last is what should be the scheduled completion time. Now this is the reverse of this. In fifth, what is asked? What should be the scheduled time? And here probability is given. Here in all cases, we were given the value of Ts and we were supposed to find the value of probability. Determine what is the probability. ABC, for ABC case we need to find the value of probability, whereas for case number 5 what is required is we have to find scheduled completion time, that is Ts is equal to what for probability of 94%. Got it? So first we have to understand what are the demands of problem. Based on the demands of the problem, once we understand, okay, this problem demands this thing, then we can move ahead. Now this is the tabular information provided in this particular problem. Friends, very important now. Here activities are given in the form of event numbers 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4 like that. Again here student make one mistake. They name this activity as A, B, C, D and create confusion unnecessarily. So if the problem pertains to this category, this is the simplest form of problem pertaining to network management, because relationship is directly given. It is not given in the form of other parameter other case that I will explain. So if it is given in the form of activities are given in the form of event numbers, do not attempt to rename the activity as ABCD. No, not in any case. And moreover, here you are not bothered regarding what? Fulkerson's rule. Because what we have to do is we have to join these given activities as per the sequence. Things will be done automatically. This is one way of giving the problem. Now, after understanding this particular slide, let me explain what is the other way of giving this same information. Suppose here what one can do is the data can be in the form of, first column is activity, preceding activity, then TO, then TM, and then TP, and one may give you data like this: dash dash A B, like that. Now here the problem is you have to apply logic. Preceding activity for A, it is mentioned dash, means there is no preceding activity. For B, it is dash, there is no preceding activity. Means you can start this activity A and B does not depend on any activity. That is the meaning. What student do the mistake? They A, this I have explained, B, and then further, and beginning itself is wrong. Beginning itself is wrong. Recall my sentence. What sentence I have used many a times, and I have said, underline this statement: whatsoever the complication of the project may be, any project will have only one starting event and only one terminating or end event. That's all. So here it has to be like this. It has to be like this. A dash, B dash, A and B are starting activity starting from first. This is correct. So when data is given in this form, we have to be little bit careful. We have to use this logical relationship. This is what is logical relationship. And yesterday we have seen this is very clear कि A and B are preceding activity, no preceding activity. Now activity C preceding is A. So logically yesterday we have seen C greater than A or A less than C. Got it? So this is other way of giving the data. So instead of going now wasting our time in this, we'll see the concerned problem. Now we'll focus our attention on the problem under consideration. And you know now we are having with how many activities? We'll count the number of activities first, and then this is the table 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 activities. So what I will do is I will first prepare a big table out of this for calculation purpose, and accordingly then we will add required rows and columns to that particular. So this is activity. Now see, here these activities are given as 1 1 7. So instead of wasting time in rewriting this, what I will be doing, I will be finding TEIJ, and we know the formula is, what is the formula? It is equal to TO plus 4 times TM plus TP by 6. So students, we have to calculate the TEIJ for 1 3 1 4 2 5 3 5 4 6 and 5 6. So what we will be doing is we need more board space. So instead of doing this tabular in this fashion, I will try to make it in row wise so that we can save space and we can draw a bigger network. So what we will do is activity, activities are 1 2, then 1 3, then 1 4, then 2 5, 3 5, 4 6 and 5 6. These are the activities. What I have to calculate is TEIJ. We know the formula, TO plus 4 times TM plus TP by 6. What we are doing is we are calculating TEIJ, which is equal to TO plus 4 times TM plus TP by 6. Now some keys I will tell over here. Do not waste your time in calculating values by this formula if there is even difference in the values compared to TM. Now here there is no even difference. TM is middle value 1 and 7, so we have to use the formula. So 4 times TM, 4 plus 1 5, 7 12, 12 by 6 2. This will be 2. Now here without calculating I am writing value 4. You may say, why sir? The reason is, check the difference. 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 3, 7. Difference is same on both sides of Tm. No need to calculate, no need to waste your time in calculation. We can try now. 4 4s are 16, 16 plus 1, 17, 17 plus 7, 24, numerator 24, 24 by 6, 4. Got it? Well, now here 2, 4 2s are 8, 8 2 10, 4 2s are 8, TO is 2, 10, 10 plus 8, 18, 18 by 6, it is 3. Now for 2 5, it is same, middle value is be same. When it is same, middle value will be same. Try. 1 4, 4 1s are 4, 4 1s are 4, this TO is 1, 4 plus 1 5, TP is 1, 5 plus 1 6, 6 by 6 1. So whenever difference is same from Tm, or when all values are same, your Tij is middle value Tm. Keep that in mind. Now here it will change now. Here the difference is vast. So 4 plus 5, 5 4s are 20, 20 plus this 14, 34, 34 plus these 2, 36, 36 divided by 6, 6, it will be 6. 36 by 6 will yield 6. For this 4 6, 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 3 8, middle value it will be same 5. Then 3 6 15, again it will change. 4 6 are 24, 24 plus 15, 24, 29, 39, 39 plus 3, 42, 42 by 6, it is 7. So we have done with one task, that for given PERT problem, which is essential condition is we are supposed to find the value of Tij. So what we did is, based on these values given in the problem, we have calculated Tij. Now what we have to do? We have to construct the network from this logic. So be careful. See how I draw the network. Now whenever activity is given in the form of numbers, like it is given, so first draw all activities starting from 1, then starting from 2, then starting from 3, like that. So from 1 we are having 1 2 3, and see that you have to be very careful while drawing the network. It may be required that you have to alter or arrange the activities location. So looking to that aspect, suppose this is 1 1, from 1 it goes to 2 3 4, so 1 2 3, arrow is must, and let it be 4. So I have drawn 3 activities now. Now see from further 2, from 2 to 5 and 3 to 5. So this is event number 2, this is event number 3, it ends with 5. It ends with 5, so 2 to 5, 3 to 5, it is, I will draw it a little bit bigger because we have to write some values there. this is 5. So this is done. Now 4 to 6 and 5 to 6. So terminating is 6. So let's have last event over here 6, and this is 6. Now we'll check once again before we start calculation whether our network drawing is correct or not. Very important. If you omit this step and if there is some mistake in drawing network, your entire efforts will go waste. So take some time to check it is drawn as per given relationship. It hardly takes few seconds. How? See here, 1 to 2, yes, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, yes, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 4, 2 to 5, 2 to 5, 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 4 to 6, 4 to 6, 5 to 6, yes, done. Now I am sure my network is correct. How much time it took? Hardly some seconds. Now how one will come to know what you are trying to represent? So for that, at one corner of the network, give your symbolic representation that my representation is like that. So here it is event number, here it will be value of TL, here it will be value of TE, and here it will be value of slack. Students, give this notation at one point above or below the network. So nobody will then get confused. What do you mean by these values? Because you have indicated, okay, these values are now event number. So this is event number. If I write some over here, it will be slack. If I write something here, it will be TE value. If I write something, it will be TL value, that like that. Got it? This is one aspect. Now, in PERT, whatever, important thing, don't name these activities as A, B, C, D. This is the mistake which student commit many a times. No need. So it is only, we will refer these activities as 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, like that. Now what you need to do is put these timings. So 1 to 2, we have calculated it as 2. 1 to 3, we have calculated as 4. Very important. 1 to 3, we have calculated it as 3. 2 to 5, we have calculated it as 1. 3 to 5, we have calculated it as 6. This unit of time is in weeks, that is given in the problem. Then 4 to 6 is 5, and this is 7. Again I will explain what we did. We read complete problem, we have checked what is to be calculated, we have also checked how the data is given, what is the unit of the time, it was in weeks. Then time was given in the terms of TO, TM, TP. From that we have calculated activity time by using the formula. From given relationship we have constructed network, and we have mentioned the time for that activity below the arrow of that particular activity. Now if you remember, two steps, forward step and backward step. So again there is no need to write lengthy formulas like what we did over here. Same thing we will write once. It may be below this. What you do when you solve problem, before drawing network or wherever you are draw network, on left or right side corner keep some space to write this symbol and these two formulas. What are the formula? Forward pass. What was the formula? T E J is equal to maximum of T E I plus T E I J. Similarly, T L I is equal to minimum of T L J minus T E I J. That's all. No need most of the text. What they are doing, they are giving you on pages lengthy calculations on number of pages. So what I did is, I have used this methodology. I have drawn the network. For anyone who want to interpret what are the contents of the network, for that what I have given is symbol. This symbol tells what are various elements at these various locations, and how I have calculated these values is explained through these formulas. That's all. So what is the requirement? In PERT, find activity time from given the relationship, that is TEIJ is equal to TO plus 4 times TM plus TP by 6. Then I have explained the steps also. Then once you calculate that, draw network, put the values over the activities, put the symbol, and now we'll do two calculations. One is forward pass, this concept, backward pass, this concept. Now in forward pass, wherever there are more than one arrow, means two and more values, there you will be getting two values. At arrow point, take maximum value. In backward pass, where there are tails of the activity, more than one, that is two or more tails, you will get two value. In backward pass, select minimum value. Simple. Let's move ahead. So, how to proceed? Now, very simple concept. If it is the problem pertaining to project execution, any project, let it take 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, maybe 3 months, it will start at some point of time, and that point at which that project starts is zeroth point. When project starts at that point, which we refer at zeroth point, our calculation will start from zero time, whatsoever the unit. Now here all calculations will run in terms of weeks. All calculations will run in terms of weeks. So our starting point will be 1 point, and that one point where we will start, we'll be putting value of TE. Now one thing you have to keep in mind, this is ith event, this is jth event for this activity. If I consider this activity, this is ith event, this is jth event. For this activity, this is ith event, this is jth event. For this activity, this is ith event, this is jth event. And while calculating the values, what we have to remember, we have to take maximum value in forward pass, minimum value in reverse pass, and then once we calculate this value of TE, TL, our next intention will be to find the value of slack. And slack, we know that it is difference of TL and TE for the same event. Wherever we will get 0 value for this location, because this location is for slack, we'll go on joining those events with 0 value, which make that path as the longest path. And then we'll sum up the problem with whatever was asked in numerical. In this particular problem, it was asked to draw the network. So we did first task of drawing the network, logical network from the given relationship. Now our task is to find all the paths of the network. Then third task is to find expected project duration. In that we were supposed to find critical path. Once we find critical path, we have to find the probabilities, and for probabilities we know that we need one of the important table called as normal distribution table. So with this preliminary requirement for the problem, we will end our today's discussion at this point of time, and in next lecture we'll see how to solve this problem by the logic. Meantime, what you can do is you just solve multiple problems, only practice drawing logical network. Once you are master in drawing logical network from given relationship, your task becomes easy. And once you are through in drawing, once the network is correct, no issue. So here we'll stop today's lecture. In next lecture I will move from this point onwards. So let's end today's lecture at this point of time.